So the big question is this. As hardworking Americans like us, ones who weren't born rich, what side hustle can we do that'll give us more control, more freedom, and more confidence in our lives? How can we make our own money when we want, where we want, and how we want, while being our own boss and calling all the shots? What can you do right now that quickly, simply, and easily banks you an extra $1,000 to $5,000 a month? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is AJ, and welcome to the Flipping Ninja Podcast.
In the flipping business, you want to start really getting into the habit of ready, fire, aim. You're probably used to hearing ready, aim, fire, but the thing is, a lot of people spend their whole lives just aiming, and they never actually fire. Now, to really move ahead and be successful quickly in business or in any venture, business or personal, you want to start getting into the habit of ready, fire, aim. Meaning you want to shoot, and wherever your bullet lands, you can always fix it from there. Now, if your bullet lands 2 inches above the target, you know you're going to have to aim lower now. So the point is you want to take action quick. Now, planning has its place, but you have to take it into perspective. More often than not, planning is a bad idea. In a lot of cases to many people. I rarely plan things. And when I say I rarely plan things, that doesn't mean I just go aimlessly through my business or, through life. But what I truly mean is most things don't matter. The very minor or smaller things that a lot of people might, throw into like something like a business plan, they don't matter. So you want to have a big picture, but that's about it. You want to have a giant helicopter view of everything. I mean, if my goal is to become a millionaire before I'm 30, obviously, that's the big picture goal. And I am going to have sub goals to reach that goal, but I'm not going to sit down and have a complete, 300-page business plan or this and that, because I know how quickly things can change. The market can change. Unplanned circumstances pop up, and you have to learn to focus on the right things. Instead of creating a business plan that can get screwed up at any moment, completely unplanned, you want to just focus more on becoming a solution-oriented individual, meaning you're moving towards the direction of your goals, but you also have the ability to adapt and make changes on the go, meaning you're so skilled, you want to develop your skills, your confidence, and your abilities to be able to adapt to whatever happens and keep going. Always play offense. A lot of people retreat and they play defense. If something bad happens that's not part of the plan, they're like, oh my God, no, it screwed up my plan. But it's like, no, I completely cut that out of my mindset, my life, everything. You want to always play offense. Constantly move forward. Focus on the things that matter and that make a difference. Well, first of all, I've never even had a business plan. When I say business plan, I'm talking you got people creating hundreds and dozens of pages of quote-unquote business plan with every different sector of the business covered. But the thing is, there's a few problems with this approach. Number one is, in more cases than not, I've seen it paralyze people more than anything. So they've got this business plan and they feel good about it, but it paralyzes them from action. They don't take action after that and start implementing. The second main problem, the big problem, is really the second one, which is things don't go as planned. Obstacles will pop up that you didn't even plan or expect. And there could be even one thing or two things or three things that will completely throw your business plan off and ruin everything. So here you are investing all this time and energy and possibly even money into creating this business plan, but it all goes to waste when something comes up that is unexpected. And the thing is, literally, it's impossible to plan for everything. There are some things that you just will not catch or won't be able to prepare for. That'll happen. So I've never used a business plan before. I'm not saying don't plan what you're going to do. Don't plan your business, but I'm talking an actual business plan, an official business plan. And as far as planning your business, yeah, of course you should do that. I mean, of course you should be focusing on hitting financial targets, goals, and creating, some kind of system or routine that you follow and have basically a general big picture of things. And it's okay to get specific. I mean, that's the only way you're going to expand and grow. But the main point of this is you have to take action. You have to get ready, fire, aim. So you want to take action first. Then once you take that action, you'll be able to calibrate what you did right or wrong and fix it from there. Now, if you're not doing anything at all, if you haven't taken any action and you're over here spending months or a ton of money and energy and effort on a business plan, look, the first move you can make can screw everything up, or something unexpected can happen and you just wasted all this time. So I'm a big promoter of just taking action, jumping into things. I mean, it was hard for me because for a long time, I was a freaking perfectionist. And I hate saying that. Honestly, I hate the term perfectionist, because being a perfectionist is one of the worst things you can. I mean, people are like, yeah, one of my weaknesses is, a job interview or something. Like, I'm a perfectionist. So it's sometimes, I'm like, being a perfectionist is not something to be proud of. Unless you're such a massive action taker and a perfectionist. I always think of Michael Jackson, for example. Michael Jackson was literally, that guy was a freaking perfectionist. But at the same time, that he wasn't paralyzed, and he didn't just sit at home and wait for everything to be perfect. I mean, I heard a story about how his first Billie Jean performance on Motown, the first time he ever did the moonwalk in public in front of the world, it completely blew the world away. I mean, it completely, the king of pop, he freaking exploded. His first Billie Jean performance ever, I think it was 1987. He was still black. So I heard a story where right after that performance, right after he went backstage, after everyone was like, holy shit, what the fuck did I just see? That was amazing. He went backstage and he like started crying. He like broke down. And then they're like, why are you crying, Michael? What's going on? And he's like, well, when I did my spin and I got on my tippy toes, I wanted to stay on my toes a little longer, but I fell. And, the rest of the world is probably like, what the fuck, bro? Dude, that was the fucking coolest shit I've ever just seen. But obviously to Michael, he was such a perfectionist that, that's just how he rolls. That's how he operates. And his music and his dance, everything had to be perfect. But at the same time, it wasn't in a negative way, meaning he still killed it. He still went out there and took massive action. He killed it in his songs and his music and everything he did. He did everything big, So, rare cases like that, that's probably the only condition where I'd say it's fine, because the amount of action you take is superseding your perfectionist traits. But in most cases, being a perfectionist is not fucking cool. I mean, I've dealt with that in the past, and shit, if I can go back in time, I would completely not care what the hell I'm doing and just keep producing, keep just taking action, starting things up, because honestly, it wastes so much time. You waste so much time and you're not making any kind of progress. It doesn't make sense, because basically to learn, you have to take action and get your feet dirty, get your toes wet, And then from there, you can calibrate and basically see, what did I do wrong? What did I do right? Warren Buffett has a quote that I really like. It's not really related to this, but for some reason it came to mind and I thought of it. But he says, always keep a loaded gun. Warren Buffett says, always keep a loaded gun, because you never know when you'll see an elephant. I think it goes like that. But basically the message is always have your shit together and be ready, so that when an opportunity comes by, you can freaking jump on it, no questions asked, and you will not miss out on it. You're ready to shoot. So always keep a loaded gun. And I think if you really get your mindset that way, constantly ready to take action instead of like waiting for the perfect opportunity. It sounds cliche, but there's never going to be the perfect time to do something. There's never going to be the perfect time. So when people are like, oh yeah, I just want to wait till I get a little more money, or wait till I'm so like out of that mindset that I can't even think of excuses people make, but there's so many of them, like, oh, I just want to learn more about this, or wait till I get a little more money, wait till I move to so-and-so state, then I'll get started. It's like, no, dude, the time is now. Seriously, the time is right now. I was thinking of making wristbands that said the time is now as a constant reminder, meaning, look, you don't have much time on this earth. You only have one life. I mean, in 100 years, you're going to be most likely under the ground. So stop waiting on shit. Stop waiting for things to be perfect and just jump into it. Who cares if it sucks? Who cares if you start something and you fucking suck at it? That's a starting point. You'll be able to work off of that. And, the greats, every person in history, I mean, that's where they started too. So there's basically no way around it. I mean, you have to start. You have to take action. Forget about business plans. Just know where you're going and start walking in that direction. And that is probably one of the big life or success secrets, definitely in my book, that I've learned. So, and it's not something you just learn once and that's it. You have to, I still have to consciously tell myself these things. It's like, stop thinking. A lot of times you have to stop thinking, stop learning, and just do. Just forget all the bullshit you hear about like planning and waiting and doing things. Guys, the way to go is to freaking just jump into it. Just jump into it. If you can have a mentor, that's even better. Someone who can, constantly push you and give you reinforcement and criticism, but seriously, just jump into it. You have to get started. I mean, stop reading so much. Knowledge is super important. I could do a whole talk on the importance of, knowledge and why you should be reading every single day. But there is a time where you have to stop reading and stop learning, and you just have to take action because you only have so much time. Look, they say knowledge is power. That's true to an extent. Knowledge, I've always heard that knowledge is power, so I just kind of started believing it. But the truth is, it's really just like a stupid, cute saying because, look, knowledge is not power. You can have all the knowledge in the world, and if you're sitting home all day and not doing shit, what good is it? So it's applied knowledge that's true power, and really taking action with the knowledge that you have and making moves that will really get you far in life and reaching your goals. So seek knowledge, but start taking action. Just as much as you learn and seek knowledge, start taking action as well. Jump into things because it's like a weird paradox. Once you start taking action and doing things, you'll truly learn. It's a different level of knowledge. It's not your book knowledge or your textbook knowledge, but it's true actionable knowledge with power. That's the true kind of power that you have through knowledge, is when you've done it, you do it, and you're producing from it. You're getting results from it. It's changing your life. It's changing your income. It's doubling your income. It's bettering your relationships, whatever the case is. So seek knowledge, ready, shoot, take action, and then aim. Calibrate, take a step back and look where you shot. Like I said, if you're 2 inches below the target, or if you're a couple inches to the right of the target, now you can look back and say, okay, here's what I have to do to hit that bullseye.
This has been the Flipping Ninja Podcast. From the crew at theflippingninja.com, we believe that all Americans should be able to make their own money without having to rely on a job. If you're ready to ditch the 9-to-5, visit theflippingninja.com and join our Flipping Ninja Blueprint Masterclass, where you'll discover how to earn a reliable side income of $1,000 to $5,000 a month flipping things with just 5 to 10 hours a week. See, we're on a mission to help 100,000 people earn $1,000 a month on the side flipping things. Working professionals, students, parents, men, women, artists, techies, entrepreneurs, introverts, total newbies, you name it. Be a part of the revolution and blast out of living paycheck to paycheck once and for all at www.theflippingninja.com. Until next time, remember, you're just one flip away from freedom. Want to make a difference? If you enjoyed today's show, please pay it forward and head over to iTunes. Give us a rating and leave a review so others just like you can benefit and take charge of their financial future.